From the literacy experts John Smith and Warwick Ellie, grouping allows children to support each other in reading and feel part of a community of readers. It also allows for efficient use of a teacher's time. Maximizing the potential of student groups in guided reading requires teachers to have a clear understanding of how to effectively form groups and how flexibility in and among groups will be required. Guided reading groups must be dynamic and flexible for a number of reasons. Fountas and Pinnell remind us that children arrive in classrooms having a wide range of knowledge, experiences, and skills. Each student is unique in terms of background knowledge and readiness level, and literacy learning progresses at a different rate for every child. It is important to use the assessments required on the district assessment calendar to provide you with valuable data. The use of both formal and informal assessment data throughout the year will guide you in making your initial groups and adjustments. When possible, use data from the previous year's assessments, namely the DRA2, to form initial groups. When the information is not available, you will want to prioritize assessing those particular students. Keep in mind that the goal is to begin small group instruction by the 5th week of school. If you need further assistance with conducting a DRA2 or analyzing the results from a DRA2, please see the additional resource videos below. Form groups by first looking at students' instructional levels. An instructional level is where the student is able to read with 90 to 94% accuracy, with satisfactory fluency and comprehension as well. Fluency is not about how quickly a student reads words. Rather, Fountas and Pinnell maintain that it's about phrasing, intonation, and pausing. A fluent reader processes efficiently in meaningful ways. Comprehension indicates that a student understands the text at a literal level and is able to go beyond the text as evidenced through higher order thinking skills. Oftentimes, groupings based on similar instructional levels will be apparent. However, do not forget to take interest, prior knowledge, and readiness into account. Keep the instructional needs of the students in mind. Decide where it makes the most sense to place students for the time being. Remember, students will be regrouped throughout the year as they grow and develop as readers. As you form groups, limit group size to 5 students. This will allow each student to have his or her own copy of the text during instruction. It will also allow you to more closely observe students processing text and, as a result, provide individualized feedback and support. Once you have established initial groups, you will need to make a schedule for meeting with these groups. Keep in mind that instruction should occur daily for students who are reading below expected grade level. However, all students should be monitored on a regular basis so that instruction can be increased for students who are not making expected progress. This is especially critical in first grade, where proficiency levels move from level 3 at the beginning of the year to levels 16 to 18 at the end of the year. No matter what the grade level, though, it is helpful to look at how much growth is needed, rather than whether students are considered proficient at any given time. When designing your schedule for meeting with groups, allow 15 to 20 minutes per group session. For more information on knowing what to include within that time frame, please refer to components 5, 6, 7, and 8. As mentioned before, groups should be dynamic, flexible, and changing on an ongoing basis. This means grouping should be reevaluated every 2 to 3 weeks based on recent running records, teacher observation, and anecdotal notes about reading behaviors gained through running record miscue analysis. Be sure to move students as you assess and recognize needs and growth. By doing this, teachers can be sure they are continually meeting students' needs and staying within the zone of proximal development for each student. In other words, teachers can be confident that they are providing their students with just the right teaching at just the right time. Pages 99 to 103 in Fountas and Pinnell's work, Guided Reading, is a useful resource for supporting dynamic grouping of students. Keep in mind that a safe, risk-taking environment in which students feel safe moving from group to group is necessary to ensure dynamic groups are successful. A safe, risk-taking environment starts with the teacher's mindset. If the teacher believes that every student is capable of making progress toward the learning goal and responds to the students accordingly, then it makes sense to everyone in class that students are working on a variety of texts and tasks. Please see Component 9 for more details about progress monitoring for flexible grouping. Using your note-taking device, record ways you could ensure appropriate flexible grouping in your classroom. Note new insights gained from these resources.